Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Tex is back with the MUTMen podcast, episode number 96. Man, 4 away from the big 100. How you feel about that, GutFoxx?
I'm both excited and nervous. I guess flop sweat would be a good thing of what I'm feeling right now.
That's cool. You got like layers of sweat on top of sweat. That's how it is.
Yeah. It's extra wet underneath the armpits right now. How about you? How does it make you feel, Tex?
It's gonna be fun, man. I don't know what guests you're gonna have on that day, but we're gonna try to make it a special one. But even though we're not there yet, we're gonna make this episode 96 something that you guys are gonna want to replay and listen to over and over again, because it's gonna be our best work yet. Because it's just us two today, so we don't gotta worry about stepping on other people's toes, getting in people's way. It's gonna be a good one. So
Yeah,
sit back and strap in.
We can bring that long-awaited roast session at the end of each podcast that we were planning on doing, right? When MMG was on here, didn't we talk about having like just a trash talk section of the podcast?
Barred section, yeah, just talking about people that have done us wrong on our platform because we made it. You know,
that's right.
Do. Yeah,
like
we may debut that.
Yeah, air our grievances like a Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah.
Yes, let's do that. So we got a packed agenda. GutFoxx has it. What are we talking about today?
Well, first up, we'll talk about text messages, and then we'll get into Red Chems. I want to talk about Gauntlet taking the servers down, the club series this weekend, fake overalls, team of the year offense, and then kind of some stuff to come, and then maybe little Texas travel plans here. We'll hear about what you got going on. But any text messages for us this week?
There was this lady. I didn't want to tell this story, but I'm gonna PG it, right? So
okay.
There's this lady that I met at this store.
Whoa! Wait! This is okay for the internet, though, right?
It's all, yeah. I mean, there's no names. I'm not gonna say what her name is or my name or none of that. It's just all gonna be anonymous in the sense, except for who's telling the story. So we met, right? Not like through Tinder. We just saw the grocery store. I started talking to her because she seemed like she got my attention in a way that I can't repeat back on this podcast and keep it monetized. So I'm just gonna be like, she said something, and you gotta talk to somebody after she said something like that. And it was going good. Maybe talking. I got her number, and then she started being crazy, bruh. Like immediately. So this is like the three things that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna block her real quick. And I blocked her through like the actual Sprint website because of these three things she said to me. So she was like, "Hey, yo, I'm living with my roommate who happens to be my ex, but if you want to come pick me up, we can do some things." I'm like, That's okay. That's kind of personal right now. I don't really need to know that you live with somebody that like used to be with, but whatever.
She's okay. Yeah. We'll talk about point one. We'll talk about point by point. Mm-hmm. She's being open and honest with you.
Yes, that's cool. I like honesty, but I feel like it's a little bit too honest right now, especially for somebody you just met.
To be fair, the last person that I knew that lived with their boyfriend after they broke up, I didn't know this at the time, but apparently she was just crazy as hell. So that's
okay.
Continuing that story.
So we kind of got in the same. Yeah, all right, bet. So I was like, all right, whatever. It is what it is. That's not gonna scare me away. And then she was like, the second thing she said was, this vagina, but that's not what she said, is allergic to latex. That's what she said to me. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, what's wrong with that? She's being again open and honest about her issues.
Yeah.
You think she's trying to trap you?
Dog, this is 2018. I'm not about to be out here with the amount of casual sex that's being had by tons of people, not using something to protect myself.
Yeah, well, they have like sheepskin and stuff.
They
nowadays.
do, but I feel like if I were to negotiate, like, yo, they got some stuff that's not latex, like they got some stuff that you can use that's not going, could make you itch, whatever the hell happens down there with the contamination. But I don't think she was having it. I think she just did not want that option. I don't think I could give her a solution to that situation.
She's not about that condom lifestyle.
No, I don't think
she's like Mac and always study.
Yeah, she was super. But the worst part about it was, by the way, kids, my apologies if you're listening to this. But the third thing, I was like, you know what? I gotta block this chick's number. She was like, this vagina again cost me $8,000. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Wash my hands up, and I just said, I'm out.
Wait, how was that in context though?
Because it wasn't in context. She was just crazy. She told me like three things that were just like not like in the same. Like, I live with my roommate who happens to be my ex. No, I'm allergic to latex. My vagina costs $8,000. I'm like, I'm good.
Maybe she wanted that's the clickbait. We live in a YouTube society. It's a way to bring you in and ask you a question about the vagina.
Clickbait me to be intrigued. Like, ooh, $8,000 vagina. I gotta click that, see what's going on there.
I gotta check that out.
That's what she did. She legit YouTube headlined me, bro. She had tags and descriptions all accurate and stuff, and I had to click on it. But luckily, I'm a smart person. And I was like, no,
you've been in this game.
no, I know what's going on here. I'm not interested in that. No. And so
you tell her you got a YouTube channel. You know how this is done, and you're not falling for it.
Yeah, I'm like, I know the trickery, bro. I know all the tricks of the trade. I invented them. I've been on this watching for a while. I know how to get all the views. I know it. You think you know it too, but I'm smarter than you. Yeah,
the problem with her is she didn't put free. She should have said free in capital letters.
I mean, she was throwing it away. Like, yeah, I mean, like
she went the wrong way with it.
I mean, she did say it was. I mean, I could have got it for free, but like I was just like, nah. So I blocked her. So kids and adults out there, if a chick tells you that, just run. There's no point. There's no point. There's no point in doing that. Protect yourself at all costs.
Damn, Texas out here swerving ladies. It must be tough to live your life to bat them off. You're a walking Axe commercial, aren't you?
No, it's the hair, man. Like I'm telling you, man. If you got good hair, grow it. Like women like hair. It's like high their list. Like calves are high for some reason. And then hair is up there as well. I don't get it.
That is, well, I mean, it's something unique about you, right? Like people love uniqueness.
No, I just think that they don't like. I mean, I'm black, so like living in a place where not many black people actually live, or if they do live here, they're military, so they don't actually have afros. Is like something. It is unique, but it's something they're not used to seeing, which is the definition of unique, obviously. But like, it's a little bit different. I'm like a spectacle in a sense. I'm not really unique because a lot of guys have good hair. It's just that I'm the one that happens to flaunt it, I guess, the most.
So you're flexing on them essentially.
Yeah. I'm showing what they wish a man had, like a nice head full of hair, perfect hairline, you know.
But what if the portion of our hair that is really big and fluffy isn't the part that's shown off to society?
Then you got to get out there in these videos, man. They got Pornhub got some accounts if you're interested in like making some extra money. I saw somebody on Twitter the other day made like $38,000 in a year off Pornhub. So if you're trying to get into that game, bro, you got to get a camera, Foxy, and make it happen.
Yeah, maybe if we get desperate, if this whole thing falls through. All right, so let's get on to Mutt, though.
Yes, sir. Wait, that wasn't Mutt?
No, it was close. It was Smut. So, I just want to say this out front. One thing I do notice in the community is I like when hearing some of the things that we talk about on this podcast, and then it's like disseminated through the community, and like other people are talking about it. Not necessarily like on the MUTMen podcast they said this, but it's similar ideas to what we had, and they're pumping it too. And I'm like, that's how you know we're doing a good job. We're spreading good ideas. Nothing but solid content coming from here, because I want to say, for example, this past week, I think the fantasy NAT packs have really caught on. You know, we talked about it a few weeks ago, and then we had Kralo on. I think we told Kralo about it, right?
About the improving the Gauntlet reward and stuff and other stuff like that. Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah, like so like making these Team of the Year packs, NAT like fantasy packs, so you could choose one of 3 players. We told Kralo about that, right? Yeah. So seeing that, and like, that just makes a lot of sense, so people don't get duplicates, and it feels like the community's come on board with that. So that's amazing to see. But I want to get into our first topic, red chems. Have you seen the big hubbub on Twitter through the community, the competitive community, with red chems? Tex?
Yes, I have. It's mostly with the defensive chems, not even the offensive chems. It's all the defensive chems with up, the under pressure chem that Khalil Mack happens to have, and then the new one that came out on the Barry Church, which was the footsteps.
Yep.
And so competitive guys are angry because it disproportionately affects one side of the ball than the other.
Yeah, I saw Just Relax Kid got a pretty good clout from his little video on Twitter.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Yeah, saying we're getting Yu-Gi-Oh cards in Madden 18, and I watched it and I'm like, you know, I kind of like that. Like I kind of like having these ability chems. I don't mind it in MUT. I know competitors just want to be like one-on-one without all this these frivolous things on the side, and that's the game they want to play. They should 100% put that game into salary cap. What do you think, Tex? Should they get rid of chems there?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to do, well, I mean, it's MUT, so you got to kind of go with like MUT champions and all that, because that's really kind of how these things are going with the competitive players. But they should be able to ban certain things that they think that they don't want. They're the guys that are playing it. So if they don't want footsteps on or under pressure on or conductor on, then let them turn them off. Like I'm a big believer in letting them control how they want their game played if the majority rules for it. But then to get tricky with maybe the more popular guys are kind of banding together just so they can keep the game a certain way. But if there's a consensus with, okay, we don't want this, and take it out. And then you can even do 2 tournaments. You can do 1 tournament where it's on and 1 tournament where it's off, especially since people like salary cap more so than draft champions anyway. So take one of the draft champion tournaments out and just do one with the abilities, one without of it. So it's a lot of wiggle room around it so everybody can be happy with what they decide to do with it.
Yeah, you make a couple good points there. Draft champions already doesn't have the chems in it. So doing the same thing as salary cap, I don't see how that'd be so hard. So I think literally just take out all the chems out of salary cap. Do you know if they hate the regular chems like toughness and move the sticks, those kind of stuff too?
I think they probably hate it because EA is not consistent with certain cards they put it on. So like they probably hate the toughness because it's on Carson Wentz, and then Brady has, I think, move the sticks. And so I think if Brady didn't have top tier thresholds already, then it'll be kind of annoying that one quarterback is a little bit better because he has better chemistry. So I think they probably hate certain ones because they're kind of usually wasted on players. So who came out recently?
Foles?
I guess no, Foles has moved the sticks, but he already has top tier threshold. I'm trying to think of a guy. It might be that's not Le'Veon. I guess we'll go back with Wentz. Wentz has toughness. That's a waste of a chem. He can't improve his passing stats with that. And then if you want to improve Wentz's passing stats, you got to spend $5 million coins on a coach. Because even team training for the Eagles, I learned this recently. Team training does not boost any passing ratings for your quarterback.
Crazy, huh?
That's ridiculous. So I think they hate those because it's not practical. And then so I think they hate it as a whole because certain players get better boosts. So if you got a running back that can get a top tier stiff arm that is less salary cap than the one that can't, you might as well go ahead and get that one. So I think they probably hate that people can kind of mix and match and create these teams that are better based off of chemistries, whereas you would like be able to control which player has the one you want.
I'm sure not all of them hate him because building a team around chemistry and maximizing your stats based on that chemistry is kind of one of the parts of salary cap, right? Part of the skill to putting together a team.
It is part of the skill putting together a team, but I feel like it kind of if you need a guy, like it can mess everything up. If you can't choose the Kim you want on a card, it kind of will just you got to start over from scratch. And it's just kind of I think that I wish there was more of I can't say routine, just more of a method that EA followed to give these cards certain abilities and certain chems, and they don't seem to have a rhyme or reason for it. They just do it randomly to whatever makes sense. So like if I want a center with 89 pass block. I can't get him to 91. I got to go build a lineup around that. And so I think that's probably that's if I was a competitive player, I would hate that I don't know exactly which player is going to get which chem if they get upgraded.
Well, that's true. And like, I don't know. I think I can see what you're saying there. And that kind of hurts them. But like back to like the red chems specifically, because I feel like the community would be mixed on base chems because they're kind of like they're not that valuable on a card.
Well, they're not, but there's only 2 that are ours. It's Go Deep, and then there's what's the other one?
Pound the Rock. Pound the Rock also matters for running
backs. Pound
the
Rock is cool, but I think Move the Sticks is starting to pick up steam because it actually does like everything you want. I think it does route running. I think it does juke move, spin move, and throw short, throw mid. So it benefits more, but people still like the throw power now. And then on defense, is really only 2. Well, 1 now, since 91 zone is on like almost every card. And it's just physical front for the block shed.
Yeah, physical front's the one you need.
But which then makes blanket coverage useless because nobody cares about man coverage.
I've seen a little bit of competitive guys use man coverage. I think Joel used a little bit at last tournament. He mixed it in. But yeah, you can't really do a pure man coverage scheme in 18. So back to the red chems. Like, of these, is Battle Ready bad for competitive Madden because it changes something to just like straight press a button instead of like randomly pop up, or is competitive Madden all about getting rid of randomness?
It's all about getting rid of randomness. At least that's what they tell it, even though we see a lot of things in that mode that happen randomly sometimes, where we saw a problem this year not, I think, qualify for a tournament because of a random play that took place.
Yeah, that was shitty for him.
Battle Ready is kind of useless this year too, because like I can probably look at the games I play. It pops up maybe once or twice, whereas last year it seemed like it popped up a lot more.
Oh yeah. Oh,
so
completely agree.
With secure tackler being a thing this year, it nullifies that completely. So like you got secure tacklers out there, like battle ready is not that important. So you can erase some of these stuff. I think the main issue with the red chems is that with under pressure and with the footsteps, you can't erase that. It seems like.
Yeah. Well, it seems like competitive guys seem to like conductor though. So the offensive ones are okay. Playmaker, they love playmaker and they love conductor. Gunslinger, I think not many people have used it just because it helps a little bit. But I agree what you're saying with they like the offensive ones, but the defensive ones they don't. Mm-hmm. What do you think about secure tackler? Does that that just nullifies the tackle stat? Why even have a tackle stat at that point?
I mean, because they can't fix the game. And so, like, I'm cool with it, man, because nothing's more frustrating than having a guy that has 99 tackle and he can't actually tackle. So I will invest in a guy with secure tackler. That was my biggest problem, I think, in Madden 16, where they dropped that Luke Kuechly. I'm like, he was amazing. And then he kept getting trucked by everybody. I'm like, these ratings don't mean anything. They don't mean a damn thing. And so whenever a guy has, like, secure tackler, I go right for it. Because I'm like, okay, so if you want to truck me and I'm using him, it's not going to happen. Like, thank you, Chewy, for letting me know about that, because that's kind of cool. And so I like the fact that you can control Madden's random outcomes, because sometimes the game just decides you're going to get trucked, even though like it doesn't make sense in that situation. And so if you have a ability to actually like lock on to a guy, you don't got to worry about any of the random stuff actually happening then.
Have you ever built a full secure tackle team?
Not yet this year. I didn't do one last year, but I think I'm gonna do one this year. Because Unfakeable's kind of getting phased out. So right now I'm looking at my Madden team on my PS4, and if I were to go full secure tackle, I just got to get a bunch of cornerbacks, and then I think I'll be set.
Who are all the cornerbacks with secure tackler?
Just Dick Lane right now, and then I think the golden tickets whenever they come out.
I think all defensive golden tickets. Yeah. I bet you some golden tickets get some dumb chems like pick specialist or pick 6. You're right. Only Night Train Lane has it. All right. Yeah. So it's weird. I don't know. I like the red chems personally for MUT. I like that. Like I put a tweet out saying I think in MUT itself, this main game mode, they should keep innovating, keep putting in these new things into the game, because if the game just doesn't change, it's stale as hell and it's just like boring. But the thing is, like, competitive Madden players enjoy boring, predictable things. Maybe predictable isn't boring for you guys. Maybe that's a different word. But they enjoy it staying the same and not having these crazy things happen. That's why we got rid of aggressive catch, because the crazy random chances happen in the game on the aggressive catch. You could just hold Y, and yeah, in real life, Kelvin Johnson will spec catch a 50 overall bronze card, or his real life competitor or comparable. So, but in Madden, it's just not going to happen or happen much at all. So, so it's a little different, like competitive, because it's more precise. There's less RNG in competitive Madden is what they're kind of going for, and that's fine for like the aggressive catch and stuff and getting rid of that. But like I enjoy when games evolve, when games change, and I think if you stay the same over and over, I think eventually people are just going to move on and not like this game mode. But that's why I think the best solution is let the competitors have the no chems in their modes, SC, DC, but keep bringing the things into MUT. My only issue with that, I know RG is the one doing these chems, and he is a competitive Madden guy and on that team. So I feel like we're going to lose if competitive Madden loses chems because the community's outcry against them. I feel like the rest of us are going to lose chems too, which really is unfortunate. But I mean, that's a possibility that's not going to happen. Or that's just me thinking out loud. So I don't know. What do you think about that, Tex, with the community? Are we going to lose red chems if the competitive guys don't want them?
Nah, I think EA likes these things on these cards too much because it kind of, again, differentiates them from other versions. So, like, with the power-up stuff when they first came out, the red chems were a luxury. He's like, oh, snap, I power this card up, I get a red chem. And that is what people wanted, because then you give incentive to actually put coins into a coin sink. Or is it card sink you should call it, right? A card sink.
Yeah, card sink.
So you give incentive for that, and then I like it. I mean, if they want to turn them off. Like, it's not hard to turn them off for the tournament. They can qualify with them and turn them off during the tournament, so that way you get actually more quote unquote who's the better player, not quote unquote who has the better abilities on their cards. And so, even though I think secure tackle is kind of stupid this year, because I don't know how many times I'll hit somebody and they'll fall forward for 9 yards after I'm tackling them. It happens often. Like,
that's momentum. That's not a big deal. It's momentum.
sometimes momentum. Sometimes these animations are so bad that they like. I feel it's like the animations plus like it's like I don't think the coding in this game's done greatly. Then when you add another element, it just messes everything up. And so when I'm tackling somebody, he still gains 7 yards because he's in a tackle animation. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, it is funny because when we had Slump on here, he talked about getting rid of animations and stuff. And it's weird, like, animations make the game look more like the real NFL with the way that players interact with each other, but it makes the game feel less responsive to us as players. So it's a weird line for that EA has to walk. Like before animations with like wide receivers, you could do like a face catch, and that stuff doesn't happen a little bit, but or like I don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the game looks better with animations, but it maybe plays more randomly.
It does look better, but it's also annoying because like in real life I can actually see the difference between like Marshawn dragging somebody because like position and all that stuff, but the animation in this game it doesn't make any sense. Like I never see the defender drag somebody backwards. It's two guys will be just on one guy will just go forward still. And you see that occasionally in real life, but you see in Madden with smaller players, and so it's just the optics of it doesn't look good all the time. When Jarrett McKinnon's dragging my Calais Campbell for 7 yards, then whereas in real life, Calais Campbell grabbed McKinnon's going to be in his belly button, just like, or hanging from his keychain. Like, it's not going to be any contest. But right now, I have 8 secure tacklers on my defense, and I have at least 8 unfakeable guys as well, so.
Yeah. So you're pretty deep in, I mean, but you've been a power-up slut all year. So
power-ups and also, sense. Like, with the, like, I got the Jason Taylor and other players as well. So like the Nat players you got back for doing the
right
Jackson set.
Yeah.
So I've been into the power ups all year, and the reason why is because once I found a secure tackler was like, oh, was that good? I don't got to worry about dudes breaking tackles and getting 6 yards because this game's coding's also bad where they don't ride the tackles as much as you would like. These dudes will just give up like, oh, he's being tackled. Oh, he's not. He's gone. And so secure tackler allows me not to have to worry about giving up an 80-yard run on a broken tackle, which is, again, I don't know why competitive players don't really want that. Like that's cool. Like I mean, we don't know what their thoughts are on secure tackler specifically, but that eliminates that randomness where your player decides not to tackle a guy.
That's true. I don't know. Do you feel like, all right, so thinking forward to golden tickets with that, Deion Sanders with secure tackler, is that like the best card in the game, easy? He's going to need block shed, though.
Well, I'll say Bo Jackson was secure tackler because, I mean, let's get crazy without a position players. Quarterback Bo Jackson.
Wait, quarterback Bo Jackson was secure tackler?
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, cornerback Bo Jackson
was secure cornerback.
Quarterback, yeah, quarterback. Yeah, quarterback would become ridiculous. Throw a pick and just make the tackle every single time.
Yeah, that'd be
yeah.
That's key to my game plan. I have the Cutler game plan.
Yeah, throw a Hail Mary, get him down to the 10-yard line, run him down with Bo so you get him in that bad field position.
Hell yeah.
That'd be kind of smart.
Oh, that's great. All right, so yeah, I don't know. You mentioned something earlier. It was the other part of, like, I said you made a couple good points. Here's the other point that you made was competitive players only, like, kind of, they want the game to mold to their game style. So, like, you'll see this a lot. Like, they'll get angry at patches or something for taking something of theirs out of the game. Like, maybe it was a little glitchy, a little broken out of the motion streaks, that kind of stuff from last year. Maybe overpowered stretches, which are still kind of overpowered this year, in my opinion, because defensive linemen get hooked too easily. So it feels like, I don't know, these red chems don't really play into that too much, but do you feel like the game has been molded because of the way that, like, certain competitive players play the game, and like you said, some of them band together with the way the game moves? Like always the example we go back to is when we had Problem on the podcast, and we talked about him getting beat deep in that championship by Stiff with the Rob Gronkowski. But so they ended up changing the game into 17 in order to allow you to defend down the field one-on-one streaks with whatever cornerback you want, because that's the way the top competitive players play. They sent the blitz, cover 3 blitz, and they just relied on their cornerback to break at the play. So that's how the game molded into 17. Do you see that happening going forward? And, like, what else could happen with it? Like, what I'm trying to think of how else do the competitors play that would mold it? Like, what can we see coming in the future? Can you think of anything off the top of your head?
I had to watch these guys actually play the game before I can actually give an opinion on what we'll probably see. I need to watch one of these tournaments, but man, I All right, ask me that question next week because I'm gonna watch the tournament this week and see exactly what a lot of these guys do.
Yeah, we'll get to.
I mean, they all do the same thing. I mean, I know that they all run kind of the same play, so I guess maybe we'll just see something like you can just have your like audibles already hot routed, set up and everything, so you're gonna actually do all the adjustments yourself. Maybe that's what the next evolution is for the competitive players to make their game easier.
Yeah, I think that's good for everybody though. Like I kind of like that. Yeah,
it would be being able to like set up a defense to stop this certain offense. I would like to see that. But that's probably like that's you know what I'm saying. Too, like so, if you know, if he's out here in this bunch, he's gonna run the C route. Have my guy run, like, just switch that defense that stops that. And if he switches, you switch back as well. So you can just kind of go cat and mouse and just keep people guessing. Because ultimately, it should be a chess match, a chess mode, or chess mode. It should be a chess match, basically. It should be, okay, he's going to do this. I'm going to counter with this. Oh, he's doing that. I'm going to counter with this. It should go back and forth. And then hopefully you catch one person slipping and then make a play on it. Whereas what this is you know what a guy's doing, you still can't stop it. You know if 75-yard out route's coming, but you still can't stop it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the out routes, that needs to be fixed. And that's not like so. Here's when I said like competitors will in the game. A lot of times, like I would say, I don't know, 80 to 90% of the time they make this game better, right? Like if the competitor players complain about something and there's changes made, 80 to 90% of the time, I agree that was the right move. We're all on the same page. It's just like it's like that 10 to 20% where I'm like, is that the right move? Like, is getting rid of red chems good for Madden going forward? Is getting rid of the aggressive catch, I'm guaranteed 90% of the people are definitely loving getting rid of the aggressive catch. I'm kind of borderline, whereas like I don't know, but or the biggest thing that I'd say the main thing I've disagreed with the competitive guys on is the inability to block glitchers and cheaters in online games. They got rid of that last year because of competitive players complaining about being blocked in salary cap, and I'm like, well. Don't allow people to block people in salary cap, but allow us MUT people because I lost back-to-back games to a field goal glitch and I was pissed. Anyways, so moving on from that. So competitive players, like you say they all play the same. Like we're going to see a lot of bunch this weekend, I bet. Some deuce close. We'll see like the PA post, like you say, because a lot of people, it's kind of hard to come up with a unique scheme. Like playing this past weekend league, I went against a guy who had like a triple option scheme with it was a slot option. Slot option with Bo Jackson. I think it was cornerback Bo Jackson. I was watching
that stream where he was like doing a lot of different things out of it, and you kept trying to like stop the quarterback, but your team wasn't recognizing that. Yeah, you put it. I think you put your option on conservative, right, to play the quarterback.
Yeah, and the thing is like, okay, so on the coaching adjustments, aggressive is to stop the dive and the pitch.
Yeah.
So I wanted to stop the pitch because the pitch was killing me with his pitch to a slot receiver. But my defense wasn't reacting to that. So I was like, oh, God dang it. So what I ended up doing was going conservative, which didn't change anything. They still reacted the same way. They still went after the quarterback. Two of my guys went after the quarterback. Like, literally, I had two guys set there. Every single time, no matter what I set, both of them went for the quarterback, and one didn't go for the pitch man. Anyway, so I had to use around the pitch man. I gave up. He actually never ended up doing the dive. So I just used it around with my to the pitch man. I ended up winning the game, but still, it's going against that. Sure, he spammed the play. He ran some other plays, but but that was like a unique scheme. And after the game, I was like, sure, I'm frustrated at this game's mechanics, but at least it was something different, right? Like,
weekendly. Yeah, when you're playing weekendly, like it's a breath of fresh air when you go into a game, and then the first play is like, oh snap, he's out here in like.
Yeah.
Why is he out here in full house? Like, what does he know? I don't know.
Why is he 5 wide? Yeah, what does he do? Yeah. Unless it's quarterback draw. That's fucking.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is. But yeah, I like seeing people like run their own stuff, and I have the most fun in those games because when they do that, I match them back. Like my scheme on offense is pretty varied. I run from single back to I formation to wildcat to like shotgun. I do a lot of different things, even like pistol. Well, it's nice to see, but when you're playing against a guy that's running literally one thing, you get in that mode where it's like, I just got to beat this guy no matter how I do it. So you run the same thing back at him.
Definitely.
It's nice seeing people actually play this game for what it's supposed to be, which is a game. Not taking it too seriously out here trying to beat me in weekend league, just running pitch and dive and wham the entire time.
Yeah, and I think that's like, it's more entertaining to play the game, more fun to play the game, and in the end it's a game. But like that's the biggest difference between like the competitive players and some of the other members of the community like you and myself, whereas they don't care what they do, they just want to win. So that's where a lot of the conflict comes in, and there's nothing wrong with them wanting to win, like unless I guess there is some lines, right? IP booting. That's wrong.
Well, yeah, different rules. Kind of that's that sports argument I heard a while ago was like there's certain forms that are of cheating that are acceptable. Like you can get LASIK surgery or Tommy John surgery, which is acceptable. But if you take a steroid, then we get angry at you.
Yeah, I mean, not to get too much into the sports, but I agree with you on the steroids. Like, yeah, it's bad. It risks their health and it will kill them much quicker than their life would be normally. But it's like putting chemicals in your body, but we put in chemicals into our body every day when we eat. And so it is a really fine line that we live life on, right?
Basically, like we live in a bunch of arbitrary rules and moralities that don't make any sense. Like prostitution is legal in certain parts of Vegas and overseas, but here in like New York, if you do that, you get in trouble. Whereas like drug crimes, it's a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense that we just kind of operate on states' laws versus federal law. It's just everything's just kind of teetering on the
marijuana, of, like you're talking about.
Insanity. Yeah, it's stupid. A lot of the stuff is just dumb.
I didn't think we were getting all Nietzsche on this podcast or something, but not Ray Nietzsche. But I guess let's get away from like morals and stuff and whatnot, because that's not what MUT is about. Although there's probably some morals in MUT and
they
stuff.
They don't have morals in MUT. If they had morals in MUT, bro, they wouldn't charge $15 for a pack. Just saying. There's no morals in this game, bro.
There's a ton of it. Kind of like my issue a few weeks back with insider information and stuff. Like that's like in the end, this market is like a PvP type deal. Is it? Would you consider the auction house part of the PvP experience of Madden?
Yeah, it has to be, because it's an integral part of the game. Like without the auction house, we wouldn't be able to like make our team better or get players or sell players that make our team worse in a sense. So it adds to that. And so if they affected by leaking inside information to people that don't know how to be trusted, then it affects the majority, because the minority is going to benefit from it, the majority is not.
Yeah. So, and with that, like, so with the auction house, it's interesting. Like, our snipes are a form of PvP, right? You're getting money from another person. That's a way. That's you're basically playing the game at that point and sniping and taking from other people on undervalued cards. Like, do you think with Madden Mobile, the way it went to nothing but EA controlling the auction house would be a better economy?
No. Because I haven't played Madden Mobile, but I know a great example, EA controlling the economies over in FIFA with the caps and stuff. And I don't really want any... I might Clickwood, no more government regulation in my life. I just kind of want the government to fuck off, in the words of Clickwood. And so if EA, I don't want them out here controlling the auction house and telling me what I can and can't sell that card for, because it may be that much to that one person. Because I've sold cards in the past, not like coin selling, but I've sold a bunch of cards where it's like that card's listed at 100,000 coins, but I can get 400K out of it because it's not up right now.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. So it would be it would be interesting to see. Yeah, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. And like I come from EVE, where like scamming was like required. So like, and then EA is kind of like, does EA care about scamming?
No, if they cared about scamming, they would do a lot from their end to prevent it.
Which how could they? How would they do that?
Prevent scamming.
How would they do that?
For one, make it more like free to play in a sense, so people don't got to actually spend a lot of their money on the game. Because Fortnite free to play, I'm saying, and there's no scamming going on over there. Because I mean, that's not really the market, but you get what I'm saying. They would also ban a lot more scammers, because they can get information. They can see what's going on, and if somebody reports it, they can definitely go about taking care of that and getting the guys that got scammed their stuff back. But if a guy gets scammed, nothing really happens to that person that got scammed, or nothing happens to the person that actually did the scamming. And so they do a lot of different things. I mean, only good thing they did by scamming was they just took the name off the auction block. It's the only good thing they did.
And some people want it back. Like on one portion, I kind of liked the name, because I was able to negotiate some cards down, some golden tickets I got cheaper, because I was able to negotiate with the guy. On the other hand, I hated getting like 20 messages every time I posted a high-end card.
Well, the thing to fix that is just give an option to, name up there or no. Broadcast name or no. Like, that's true. Simple as that. Like, there's a lot of things that are easy fixes that they just overthink. It's always that thing with EA where they go on one end of the spectrum, and then something happens bad, and they go super reactionary and change it to the opposite end of the spectrum. And so I didn't mind the name things. It was annoying getting messages sometimes, but if I could just turn it off, then I'm gonna worry about that.
Yeah. And I mean, like, telling people that, there's that, and like telling people, like, there's the scams, like, I can dupe your coins, those kind of scams and stuff. But then you run into the scams where like people like we saw with Logic Games this past week, where he had somebody grind solos for him, and that guy ended up getting mad at Logic for something, and then took all of his cards and coins from his account. So EA can't really do anything bad about people logging into other people's accounts and trading it, can they?
No, they can't really, because I mean that's kind of that's your responsibility to who you give your information to. So they can't get mad about that. But I'm talking about the guys that are like doing like if you contact somebody and say, yo, this guy said he duped my card. The person's stupid, obviously, but the reason why they want to dupe their card is because your game's expensive to play, and they want to be able to keep the good card they got and sell it as well. And so they want their cake and have it eat it too. So even though they're kind of stupid, they still shouldn't be punished for it. They should like.
I feel like this world is all about punishing stupid people.
It is. This world is a video game. Like I feel like we should probably just like, especially because a lot of people are young too, and know it's a life lesson to learn. But that turns people off. I see people. I got scammed. I'm never playing this game again. Yeah. And they may play it again, but like it seems like a lot of people get like one bad thing happens to them, and then it turns them off the entire time. I mean, it happens in relationships where like something that your significant other did just really rubs you the wrong way, then you never want to deal with that ever again in your life, and then you may cut off a good woman because of that one little thing.
Yeah. Are you secretly like George Costanza with how? Let's not get back into text love life. Let's keep on the MUT auction out. Like, but I mean, should EA take responsibility for that, or is that just the community? Should that be a feature, not a bug? Like, should teaching lessons be something that the auction house should be? Like, don't be an idiot. Don't trust others on the internet. Like, I just watched a PewDiePie video today on this old guy who had a YouTube channel. Apparently got scammed. Like, somebody said, hey, let's do a video together. And he got, like, I don't know if he got his login credentials or something. And then he ended up closing the guy's YouTube channel down. Like, it's much better to get scammed on something so minor. Because, like, the guy in the YouTube, the older man said, I didn't think people could be that evil. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we've had genocide. Like, it goes on right now in like North Korea and stuff. Like there's some evil motherfuckers in this world. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. And this is a video game. I mean, people put money into it, but you can't technically legally get money out of it. So the cards are worth nothing. The coins are worth nothing legally unless EA sues you. I don't know. It's a gray area. For those those people that generated coins in FIFA, they got sued. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like I don't know. It's tough because. Like in Eve, it was a feature, not a bug. Scams, but in Madden, it's definitely a bug from EA, and it's something they want to get rid of, but they don't have the resources to get rid of it.
I mean, you're not getting rid of people's greed. Obviously, that's going to be something people always have an appetite that's insatiable, so they're going to keep trying to get the best and newest cards any means possible, whether that be not farming, but like. Stealing from others or stealing from the company directly. They're going to keep trying these things. So there's not really anything that EA with resources will be able to do, but they can just do a lot of other things within their power to, do more preventative stuff. There can be stuff in the game. Yeah. Like, hey, don't trust these fake EA Sports MUT Twitter accounts. Like, nope, not in the game. Hey, don't give anybody your login information, like phishing. Don't do that. That's not in the game. Like, there's all stuff they can do that people can see visually inside the game. They put it on Twitter. Not everybody has Twitter. Or Facebook. Or
wait,
YouTube.
but they've had some warnings in game about not giving people your information. I think, haven't they? Somebody in the comments let us know. Somebody in the comments let us know. Yeah,
y'all probably got good memory about it. What more than I do, but
yeah.
Everything I mean, like if talk about this stuff is always done within a
Twitter
tweet or a post on Facebook.
Is that really
or a Reddit post?
Is that really gonna help people telling them? Not to fall for scams? Probably, right?
I mean, it'll help a few people. Like, hey, I can't duplicating cards doesn't exist. Like, how easy would that be?
That's what EA wants you to think, huh? Conspiracy? The Illuminati knows how to.
Tinfoil hat on, right?
Yeah, Illuminati knows it.
Dude, that's so easy. Imagine me like, hey, if somebody says they're going to duplicate your card, they're lying. Facts. All I got to put is the PSA.
Yeah, but then the conspiracy folks jump up and say that's EA trying to cover for something. There's obviously a duplicator out there, but this big bad EA says there isn't. So don't trust EA. And here, I got this duplicator. Give me your card. I'll show you.
I mean, I wonder if that would increase duplication scams. I wonder what happened. I want to see the numbers. Like if they put that out in before and after, like before duplication was like 1 in every 10 persons. Now it's 1 in every 3. I want to see if that happens because that would be hilarious if that was the case.
Yeah, it would. It would be interesting. You mentioned Clickwood. Yeah, it would be interesting. I don't really know. It'd be interesting to have Kliquid on the podcast in the near future to talk about. I want to hear his thoughts on microtransactions, if he feels like the government should regulate EA, because you're right. He's so anti-government, but he's also so anti-EA and wants to see them go down. And there's really no way to take down EA without the government regulating their pack sales and stuff. So it'll be. I wonder what he would have to say about that. We'll have to have him on sometime soon.
Yeah, when we get Clint Oldenburg on here, we're getting Kliquid as well. It's going to be a contentious podcast, but it's going to be worth it.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was excited there for a second that you said we are going to have Clint, and I'm like, holy shit, are we really?
Yeah, we're going to. We're going to get him eventually. I mean, they're going. I mean, this is a featured podcast. I mean, we're not as how should you say, inside the EA pockets. I'm not disparaging the Muthead podcast. I'm just saying, like, they got information that we don't got because they have a website and they have relationships that we don't got. But we're gonna get Clint. Yeah. So if it's the last thing that we do, if I gotta go down to Orlando myself and like just kidnap that 6'9".
The weird thing is that you are going down to Orlando.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm talking to Clint. Like, hey, you don't know who I am, but I got a podcast on GutFoxx. You trying to come on?
Yeah, no, seriously, do that if you can. We'll talk about your travel plans. We'll talk about kidnapping Clint at the end of the podcast. Let's get back to Mutt.
Let's do it.
I want to talk about let's talk about the Gauntlet first, taking down the entire servers. So, what's the deal with that, Tex?
Yeah, I don't know what they did. I don't think it was the Gauntlet. I think that was just an easy thing they decided to say. I'd never take what EA says at face value because they said that when the servers went down, new content is not going to be available, but you can still play Team of the Year solos, finish the Gauntlet Master, as well as finish up the pull Team of the Year packs. And so if new content came out, why was the Gauntlet the only one that got axed? So it was the Gauntlet, but I think that they wanted to change the rewards. That's what I think.
Yeah, so I watched your video today, and before I get to that, I just want to ask you, what does EA gain by lying about this? Like, they're gonna, if they say to lie about it and say that's true, what do they gain from the lie, and then what do they have to lose from being exposed? They lose a lot from being exposed versus if they just tell the truth. Like, who gives a shit if, like, who cares if they tell that so they told the truth. But like, is that a big deal? Like, what are they covering up? I don't get that.
Maybe got like it's like a DDoS attack. I don't know because I was checking Twitter for EA server. It wasn't just Mutt that was down. I know I saw somebody on FIFA that couldn't get on. Maybe it was just one guy, but I saw FIFA pictures and stuff. And so I'm like, okay. I thought it was just a whole EA was down. I didn't think it was a Gauntlet that broke Madden. And then if they took it out of the game, why were people still not be able to connect? So I don't think it was a Gauntlet. Personally.
Oh, okay.
So I think they just
right.
I think they were just saying that because they wanted to go back and tweak some of the reward, maybe go back and make that last Gauntlet one like stupid, dumb hard. You got to get 15 touchdowns in 5 minutes, some shit like that. It pisses off. So,
I just don't see the reasoning. If that wasn't the issue, what? Yeah, I don't know. I guess you're right. It could have just been could have been covered.
Or they had nothing to come out on Wednesday, so they're like, you know what? Let's give them something on Wednesday.
Nice. We gave them a taste today. They'll love it on Wednesday.
Yeah. Give them the set today.
I will
the solos on Wednesday.
Yeah. I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. I don't know if anybody gets that reference or not.
As long as I owe you money, you'll never be broke. That's kind of how EA works.
So, all right. I don't know. I don't see it. There's like software coding so like complicated and stuff. I couldn't even tell you. But one thing will affect a whole bunch of different things, and I don't know anything about it, so I'll just take it at face value. It's not like it's any hair off my ass if it isn't that way. But you're right. If it is a lie, then that's kind of like, oh, you guys are jerks for lying. But
it's just weird though, because like, why would that? They've been doing Gauntlet forever, for every single week. I mean, every month, and then also every single week with the Gauntlet Unleashed. And then they drop 15 new solos, and the game crashes. You can't get on the server. What? Huh?
I have no.
And then they took the entire sequence out. What? Huh? I don't get it. They could just took the 15 out. It wasn't the entire friggin' all of them that messed it. It was just the 15 you put into the game allegedly. I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes to this because it doesn't make any sense. If it don't make sense, bro, you got to question it. Rule number 44.
Oh damn! I want to see your rule book. But
I've been watching NCIS. I don't even think that's actually rule number 44.
Oh, well, it is now. It is now. We just made it rule number 44. So I don't know, because it could be maybe there's like something like 1-1 went to a 0, and then all of a sudden that triggered something, and then it went into an infinite loop, and who knows? But I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's move on. I want to talk about the club series and the competitive series this weekend, and your boy Savage, our YouTube friend, is in it. What do you have any words for Sav, or who do you think is going to take down club series here, Tex? You'll be there. Are you going to be rooting him on?
If I see him, I'll say what's up. I'm kind of mad because I told him to wear a shirt that said "Use code Savage" at checkout, but I don't think
he's not going to do it.
Down there. He should have went down there with one, bro. Like, get out there and get your name, build your brand, bro. But build your brand. Go out there and have some fun with it. They can't tell you get out with that shirt.
Well, that brings up a really good question. Like, did EA know it was Savage? No, really.
No, they don't. I mean, they probably. Dude, I don't think these people know who we are. I feel like they know QJB, they know Anzo, because they actually interact with them, but they don't know who anybody else is. Like, the fact that Rex had to be put onto your channel when you're putting out good information, that let me know that they don't know what we do, or who out here is actually a guy that's putting out good information, unless somebody tells them to watch.
But here's the thing about Savage is pretty dang big. I'm gonna take a look at his channel right now. Your boy Savage has 48,000, almost 50,000 subs. He's been doing this for about a year now. Oh no, year and a half. So I don't know. It's tough to think they don't know who Savage is and that he's got a coin sponsor, right?
I mean, that and the fact that
he's tweeting them all the time too.
It's possible, but like, remember, I think last year Rex didn't discover J-Mail until like late in the year. He's like, J-Mail, my new favorite commentator. Oh. And I think at the time J-Mail had a bot of 100,000 subscribers, so like that was another low blow. I gotta stop picking on J-Mail for do come my neck. I gotta stop doing that. But yeah, so I feel like they just don't know. And then like when I was out at EA Play, Jake Stein didn't know who I was, and it wasn't a strike to my ego because I'm not nobody. But like it's just you would think that if you work in Madden, you would watch other Madden people, but that's kind of how that doesn't work. It's kind of like, I guess you just get tired of it. You're tired of seeing it at work. You'll just watch the guys that you know that you interact with on a daily basis, but people who are new, you're not going to really waste your time on them.
That's true. And I mean, like, so they work on Madden all day. Maybe they don't have time to watch videos. Are they going to go watch videos at night on their free time? Or are they
they're going to go watch somebody yell at them. Like, this fucking game sucks. You're gonna go watch that? No, they're not going to. They're going to go watch Big Bang Theory probably and just go to sleep.
Yeah. So, especially because, you know, what we saw from Krayla last week, and then when Jake was on the podcast, they're working late as hell, and Jake was working late as hell into the summer. But so with that, like, so Sav does use code checkout at the club series, so he's not going to do it, not going to get paid for it. But like, is EA going to give him money, like, because he has a coin sponsor?
That's not in their rules, bro. Not in their rules. I wonder how that's going to work though. If he does win like the entire tournament, like he'll get 2 checks. Yeah. If I'm this coin sponsor, I'm like, yo, I pay you this much if you wear this shirt.
They're gonna fine him though, right? Aren't they gonna fine him?
They might fine him, but I think that's worth it. They'll cover my fines. Like do like Beats, bro. Cover my fines. I'm gonna put you on the main stage. So be out there with a bag full of MUT coins, just throwing it up in the air. You want coins like this? Like, you're gonna be reckless, man. Like this is all about you. It's not about EA. It's about you. Build your brand.
Yeah, but EA wants it to be about EA. It's their tournament. Like, this is to build them up.
I'm the star here. Y'all the star. I'm the star. I'm not about to be out here like an NCAA athlete and give all the coach the credit. I want the credit, and I'm gonna be out there. I'll be out there being just complete ridiculous, over the top. Like I'll be so. I'll probably get
what would you wear? What would you wear? Tex, would you wear like something like super flamboyant?
No, I already figured out what I would do. I'm not good at the game, but like if I was like Sav, I would not play on defense. I'll just put my controller down, and then I'll have people feed me grapes, like you know how like kings do. Like I'll just have a chick up there feeding me grapes, listening to music. Just not. I wouldn't pick you to play defense because I'm not gonna stop you anyway. Like you're just gonna run your 17 plays, drags and inside halfback base and C route.
You've held very good players to very few points. Like you were just telling me before the podcast about a very good player you held to a few points.
Yeah, it's like it's fun, but I'm like, I mean, I can either just chill. I'm not gonna stress myself over. I'll play offensively and just see if I can score some points on your defense. But do what you want to my defense. I'll let the clock just drip, TP pick a play, and just see what happens. Just see what happens, and just have somebody feed me grapes. I'll be out there with my afro, like, and pigtails. Maybe get my hair braided while I'm actually playing the game. Like, I'll just be doing a bunch of stuff. Like, that dude is hilarious. Like Allen Iverson, kind of, sort of. Be out there with a fake tattoo sleeve. I want all eyes on me.
You're gonna get limited early then. You want to make a late run so that way you can get on it more. And more.
Yes. Okay, so let me get to the final four, and then let me go on stage, and I'll start acting the ass. I would outfit for halftime. You know how to come back at halftime, be out here in a different outfit. Like, I got an outfit for my first half, outfit for the second half.
Texas, I want to see that so badly. You don't even know.
I want people to just have fun with it, because at the end of the day, it's a video game and it's all about branding. I was watching Super Smash Bros. Out in PAX South. Them dudes are just so boring. They come on stage with a little backpack, like a little mesh backpack, get their controller out and wrap it, plug it in, play, leave. I'm like, y'all ain't, what? This is nothing. Y'all are not, nobody's smiling, nobody's waving. Y'all just robots. No, be unique, be yourself, be different.
I mean, that's the difference between competitors and YouTubers, though, right? The competitors just want to win. They don't care about entertaining people. They just want the money.
See, I'm like, I want the Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham wants to win, but he also wants to entertain. Or can't. I want those guys that want to win, but also want to entertain the people that are there.
It is rare. Like, that's, you're describing like Savage, and there are, I'm not going to say every competitor. There are some competitors that are definitely there to try and entertain people. But, I don't know. I can't really criticize the Smash people for doing that, because that's just how they make their money. They don't need to be entertaining.
Oh, they don't, because the gameplay speaks for itself. The gameplay is more entertaining than they probably could possibly be. But with like Madden, like, it's a bland game, so it's better to kind of build yourself up.
You keep saying that, but why don't you have a Smash channel if you like the gameplay?
Because I'm not good at Smash. Like, and also Smash don't got an Ultimate Team. If they had an Ultimate Team in Smash, bro, I'd probably be over there right now playing it.
That would be kind of funny. Like,
I'm telling you, if once Yu-Gi-Oh comes out with an Xbox game where I can play competitively, I'm gone.
Damn, we're that close to losing your Tex?
Dog, I like Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, Pokemon really. Pokemon has a Smash as a tournament, like not the actual card game, like a Pokemon Stadium 2 for Xbox.
I never liked Pokemon Stadium. I mean, it was cool and all to see them live, but it was kind of like, oh, this is it, huh?
That's all it pretty much was. So I like those types of things, but I'm gonna get into my second channel pretty soon, so I'll be playing Smash over there, hopefully. But I don't know how Nintendo Wii games. I don't know if you actually post Nintendo games, because Nintendo's weird about their YouTube rules and stuff. So gotta be careful about that.
Do we? So in the end, to wrap up the Savage topic, do you think EA has a chance at not letting them play? Do you think EA is gonna be like, no, because you're a coin sponsor, we're not gonna let you play?
No, I think that'd be too big of a controversy. I think they're gonna just hope he gets eliminated early.
True.
I think they might try to set him up where they put him against like one of the best guys, like first round, where he just won't even have a chance.
Yeah, Savage is gonna get Jacksonville.
No, well, all the penalties. What's gonna happen is gonna be a bunch of just like random things that he can't control happening.
Yeah, totally.
I thought you were gonna say he's gonna get Pittsburghed.
He's gonna yeah. Well, you know, where Jacksonville had all those penalties that New England didn't. That got called out. So I think he's gonna have a few more fumbles than his opponents this week.
It's probably gonna be like Savage play is gonna be somebody in the back like mess with the sliders, and Savage gonna like.
I see it.
It's gonna be like so.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna be something like that where he's running with the quarterback. The quarterback just drops the ball without even getting hit. Like, what? What happened here? Oh, I'm sorry about that. We'll fix it in Madden 19.
Oh man, yeah, it's just fluke. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, just fluke. You know, that's the way Madden is. You know, how are we gonna help? Sorry, man.
He's gonna lose to an aggressive catch like from on a receiver. Like he's gonna be a dude using like a Tyreek Hill versus his like Bouye. His Bouye is gonna get mossed.
Oh, easy. Yeah. Totally. Savage is fighting uphill this week.
Yes.
Weekend.
But good luck to you, though, man. Good luck. I need to see you win.
Yeah, it sucks that I think the games like they got like qualifying games during the week, and then like the tournament this weekend ish. I think I don't even know the schedule, but I think by the time this podcast is out, a couple of his games will already be done. So
yeah,
we'll
I saw on Twitter apparently people are flying out today just to go home tomorrow, like just like crazy.
Oh yeah,
they may lose, and then they're out of the running. So
I mean that's amazing. Yeah, flying out for one day, but EA pays for it, so whatever.
Do they though? Do they?
I think they even booked the planes, is what I heard on Twitter. That's why some people were complaining about how late it was, them coming in the day before. Hey, so we were both just asked a question on Twitter by Spina. Kralo said he'd monitor the power position change feedback for Bosa on the pod. Did he ever mention off pod when we'd hear something on that specific issue? He never seems to. Yeah. So do we hear on that specific issue about power-ups going to different positions?
No, they said, well, other than the Mudhead post, they had no plans to fix the positions, or they had no plans to put them back at their original position. That's what they said. So I don't think they care. I think that if they care, they wouldn't change the position in the first place.
That's true.
So at this point, they're not going to put another set in the game to where you can exchange the position, because that would be more work for them. So
play them out of position. Agreed. I didn't hear anything either. And just last words on Savage. I hope they do allow him to compete, but it would be kind of comical with competitive Madden if they didn't allow him to compete because of the coin sponsor. But all right, moving on. Fake overalls.
Wait. Real quick though, forget to the fake overalls. Why did they put pick specialists in the game? Like, why is that an ability? Now this player is less likely to drop interceptions.
I don't know. I think they put pick specialists in this game just to confuse me for what is it? What's the other one? Pick six chem. For the longest time, I thought pick six and pick specialists were the same thing. I was like,
I did too.
What's that, Tex?
I did too. I was like, they're the same thing. They have to be the same thing.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, you don't drop interceptions. Like, but we don't really drop them frequently anymore. Like, we're not supposed to drop them right now, are we? Like, it's the year of the user, where if you make a bad read, you're gonna get punished. What's the deal with the chem for us not getting punished?
Like, it just lends to that thing where they put a Kim in the game because the game's broke, and sometimes guys that shouldn't drop picks drop it. And so I'm looking at this Gilmore, who's pick specialist. He has 85 catching. Why does he have pick specialist?
I don't know.
Jalen Ramsey is 77. So I guess if it's a guy that has less catching, but I don't get it, bro. Maybe it's just like super glitchy. Maybe you get animations you don't know about. Maybe you need to do a review on it, man. Maybe you need to get out here and do a pick specialist review. We got Paul Krause, got Kevin Byard, we got this Jalen Ramsey who has pick specialist. Why does he have pick specialist? Why not give him secure tackler?
I've got reviews on pick specialist cards. 2 of them are coming, and then I put one out on Woodson, and it's like I didn't notice shit on them. No.
You didn't notice anything glitchy about it? Dude got here catching one-handed picks with his left hand,
like
ball backwards. No.
Cornerbacks already pick the ball so frequently. Like the only guys I see out here dropping picks are like linebackers potentially going out with one hand and swatting it down instead of going for a pick. But I don't really see like an open situation. I don't really see corner dropping. Is it for like contested balls? I bet you they get better pick animations maybe. Like because I did notice a contested ball Boye picked. Doesn't Boye have it?
But I see contested picks all the damn time because there's always somebody there. And Boye, I think he has a pick 6.
Oh, he has pick 6. So he doesn't even have pick specialist. Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah. Forget that. There was a nice pick by Boye on the sideline one time. I thought maybe because I got a review coming out with him. So all right, fake overalls. Bo Jackson versus Adrian Peterson. Bengal put out a tweet and. You shared it with me, and it's like Bo Jackson has better stats in everything than Adrian Peterson, but they're both 95 overall. Texas, right, yeah. we should have a section on this podcast if we ever have like a Jake Stein or somebody, or just like explain this rating, something like that.
Explain this, and just throw something at them without them prepping for it.
Yeah,
right, so
I'll
read off this list of Bo Jackson, right? So Bo Jackson and Adrian Peterson are both 95 overalls. I should probably go to Mudhead to see the actual difference between these cards, to see what actually got increased, which I'll check that right now, actually. But I'm going to put it on the screen for those that are watching back on YouTube and look at the nonsense that EA did. So Bo Jackson is better at pretty much the things you want in a halfback. Speed by 4, juke move by 4. He has 96 trucking, 90 elusiveness, 95 excel. Better everything on the back of the card is better than Adrian Peterson. And yet somehow these two cards are the same overall.
Yeah, but Tex, you conveniently left off Adrian Peterson as plus 12 play rec to Bo Jackson.
Oh, does he? I'm checking the awareness right now, so I'm going to check right now. Didn't they say they're going to stop doing that? Didn't they tell us, they lied to us already? They're going to stop doing meaningless upgrades?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. None of these things matter, like finesse move, power moves, block shedding, pursuit, play rec, man coverage, zone coverage, press. Those are all things that Adrian Peterson is better than Bo Jackson at halfback.
That's so funny to me. That's
which is weird. Which is really weird because Bo Jackson has defensive cards. Usually they make these cards match each other. So his defensive stats should be the same as the defensive cards, right?
It should be exactly the same, but the defensive stats got lowered, I guess, because they didn't want you to be able to put that guy on defense. Because I know people were doing that last year where they go out here and pump block and have them on defense.
Oh, yeah. I like doing that. That was
so
fun.
They want you to run out here with 2 Bo Jacksons, potentially even 3 if you were a savage with it.
Yeah. So, like, the only thing that Adrian Peterson realistically has better than Bo Jackson are catching stats and +2 awareness. But
and the catching is only by 3, so it's not even like top tier threat catching still. It's only 77 to 74.
Yeah. But there's still 95. And then even bigger of an example on this is the Aaron Donald. Can you explain that situation, Tex?
I haven't seen Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald compared to who's
Aaron Donald compared to Aaron
tackle
Donald
version, right?
Yeah.
His D tackle, right? Left end of D tackle.
No, the left end when he got the speed increase.
Oh, the speed glitch. Okay, I was thinking of because like you know how like ends are terrible than like outside linebackers.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking of that. But yeah, when Aaron Donald first got his power up this past week, he went from 84 speed on his D tackle card to 94, and his card stayed at 97 overall. Yeah, you have a 94 speed D tackle. I feel like the rating should be higher. That should be something that they catch immediately. Like, oh snap, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. So they kind of messed up. I think they gave Aaron Donald, Bo Jackson halfback speed at defensive tackle for like an hour. They fixed that thing so fast.
Yeah,
but they couldn't fix Donald solos that quickly. I'm just saying. Conspiracies, bro. Conspiracies. But hey, look at Ted Ginn compared to Deshaun Jackson.
Okay.
Ted Ginn, his limited time compared to Deshaun Jackson. I'm about to check that out myself as well. Like, I think Deshaun Jackson's a higher overall.
Well, that's different then, right?
It is. It's only by 1 rating though. But I'm trying to figure out why is that equal 10 release. Like,
wait, what do you mean?
I don't get it. I feel like they're back, like you said with the fake overall. I feel like they're back again, just kind of making it up. Because Ted Ginn, they're the same. Like he's faster by 1. No, sorry, they have the same speed, but the release, like my man Deshaun Jackson has a 90 release, and Ted Ginn, with his 1 overall less, has an 80 release.
So you're saying EA's back on that shit again, huh?
I think they is. I mean, there's some other stuff here that are like irrelevant, but like I just feel like.
Well, no, I disagree with you on this one. So carrying is 15 points difference. Juke moves 6 points. Spin moves 6 points. Ball carrier evasion 7. Elusiveness 2. So there's a lot of things that are going in factor of Ted Ginn.
Yeah, Ted Ginn does look. I just saw that. I was looking at I didn't see all the initial. I just saw this now. I'm just looking at the fact that one has higher. Well, one's a higher overall but less carry, which is weird. But it seems like Ted Ginn's a better card, like overall, as you're looking compared. Deshaun Jackson has 55 throw power.
I'm not doing a wide receiver toss.
Yeah, I think they're just making it up right now.
I think Ted Ginn is a better card.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's cheaper.
Yeah. Well, EA's back on that shit again.
All right, they went back to it, man. It took them what? It took them
2 years.
Oh, well, better yet, look at Adrian Peterson 93 versus his 95. You seen that one yet?
No. What's up with
that? Look at that one. This is funny. This is like one of the episodes. Hey, go to Mudhead and go look at that. Adrian Peterson's 93 versus his 95. EA went back on that narcotic, man. They quit it for a while, but then they relapsed. This is amazing. Plus, and the thing about it that's annoying is that like they said they weren't going to do that. That's why I'm making a big deal about it. They told us that the +1 treatment was gone.
Oh yeah, this is about as bad as they've gotten.
Remember we were talking about that Adrian Peterson a couple weeks ago as well. Like he's going to be kind of nice and maybe like, but no, they didn't. He's pretty much the same card.
God damn.
All +1s. All +1s. It's a 2 overall increase too.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about that. Yeah, it is exactly as Texas says it is. +1s, except for like a couple +3 to awareness, +4 to catching, whatever. +2 to injury. Otherwise, it's all +1s. Carrying got 2. Route running doesn't matter because of the threshold. Yeah. Anyways, I whatever. Hopefully, like so clearly, there's no. They've gone away from the logarithm. Yeah,
they had to have, right? Because that Bo Jackson's just so much better than AP, except for in the things you said on defense. But the fact that still weighs into his decision of being a 95 overall is not what they said they were going to do.
I was 100% sarcastic. Defensive stats don't weigh into a halfback at all.
Oh, they don't? No. Yeah, I don't. What are they? Yeah, okay, yeah. So they're just being okay.
Yeah.
Bums.
Totally.
Bums.
Yeah.
Bums.
All right. So, hey, which one of these Gauntlet cards are your favorite?
That's a good question. Because you get a lot of the cards back, I don't really like the Deshaun Jackson that much since he's not like that much better than his new card. Is there? I mean, I was going to ask you, is there a threshold for release, like 90 release versus like 87?
Nobody runs press man enough for release to matter. I haven't.
But sometimes
seen any
like
thresholds. Yeah,
it's true. But sometimes like if you're in like cover 3 and they press, they get that weird animation where they like kind of go inside out. I think that happens to everybody though. So I guess maybe not that big of a deal. But I like Deshaun Jackson until I saw that he wasn't that much better than Ted Ginn. I think the best one that came out is Phillip Rivers, if I'm being honest. I don't know if you've seen that Rivers.
I'm just looking at. Yeah, I have seen it.
If he had to go deep, be the best quarterback I think in the game.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah,
but because he had all top thresholds and everything except for throw deep.
Why can't I find him now? The heck happened?
He has 90. I think he has 93 throw power. I believe he has, or it's 92. But he has like 96 throw short, like 94 throw miss, something like that, and then like 89 throw deep. And he has 88 throw on the run too, so you can actually get out of the pocket with him if you want to throw the ball down the field accurately.
Yeah, 64 speed though. That's tough.
It's not great. It's not great. That's not great at all. But with conductor, which is important, plus the throw power that can actually beat those certain zones and not going to be missing passes. And I think he has ideal too. I may be wrong about that. He may have like something else. Does he have paranoid? What is Rivers?
He does have ideal. He does have ideal.
Yeah. So I think he probably is going to be the best one to choose. Now, coin wise, I think when I was checking, Donald Penn is going for the most.
I think it's back at Gilmore actually at the moment, 518.
Gilmore, which is surprising with all the cornerbacks in this game. I don't know why he's going for that much. You would think that like you would get other cards.
Texas. It's the pick specialist, Kem.
You know what? You're on to something right now. Rivers is 415 on PS4. Barry Church is 450. Ertz is 469, which is surprising because that's a terrible card. He has great catching stats, but catching doesn't really matter that much. And release on a tight doesn't matter that much either. And he's slow and he can't run block. I'm just shitting on Ertz right now. And even though I watch Ertz play against this game's so funny, man. I watch Ertz just destroy Harrison Smith, who those say is like the best free safety in the league, and Ertz is like terrible in Madden.
Same thing with Gronk. Yeah.
Yeah, right now Deshaun Jackson's going for 587. So he's the most right now.
Well, on PS4, it's different on Xbox. Yeah.
And so, but I think if I had to rank the top 3, it'd be Rivers, it'd be Barry Church if Footsteps actually nurse possession catching. I haven't used it yet. I'm gonna do a video on it sometime this week. If you nurse possession catching, then I'm like, okay, if I can be there and he doesn't catch the ball as often, then okay, I like that, because then drag routes are gonna be dead. Because I have my safeties play in the box, and so I can shut that down.
Yeah.
And then the last one might be Ziggy, because whenever I go against Ziggy, bro, he messes me up. Again, one of these cards make me mad, though. He went from an 89 overall to a 95, and only got a 3+ block shit increase.
Wow.
Kind of mad.
Yeah, his block. That's what I'm most worried about him, is the block shit. But you're right about that Zeke Ansah. He has, like, contrary to what the stats say, whenever I ran to his side, like, there's a couple of opponents, I'm like, what the hell? Who the hell does this guy keep making plays on me? And then I look up his stats, I'm like, his stats are terrible, but he just kept making plays. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Something with certain cards in the game to just play well for some reason. And Ansah was one of them, man. Like, I would go against him, and he has 85 block shed, and lo and behold, he's in the backfield tackling me on a run play. I'm like, yo, you're not supposed to be back here, but okay. And so
somebody check his clearance. You're not supposed to be back here.
Yeah, yo, where's his credentials at? Where's his ID? Like, what's going on right now? Who let this guy into the club? Who? Yeah. And so like he was a beast. I'm gonna go with him just based off the fact that he gives you the most problems when I go against him.
That's so true. I might have to go to him. I was gonna say Suggs over him at defensive end. I wouldn't put Suggs at outside linebacker, but I'd definitely put him at defensive end because he has.
You know what's funny? There's no Suggs in the auction block. Nobody picked Suggs.
Really?
Nobody picked Suggs. Nobody picked Suggs. Nobody picked AP. There's no AP up right now. People are smart. They're not picking the shitty ones. They're picking the good ones.
Yeah, don't you hate a smart market? Makes it hard to make coins off of.
That is true, man. That is true.
Yeah, but yeah, for my top 3, I think I would have to go Suggs at defensive end over Zeke or Ansah just based on the stats. But you kind of did convince me almost there for a second. But I think Church is number 1 for me, just to test out his chemistry, footsteps, and then I think 2 I kind of have to go with Jackson still because of, or 3 Jackson because of his speed. But right now with Phillip Rivers, I just don't. I've used Dan Marino, and I just don't like them that much. Yeah, those pocket quarterbacks that can't scramble at all or get outside or move away from pressure.
It's not, especially this year when you actually kind of have to move it with aggressive D-line being a thing, which we'll get to later on in the podcast. But yeah, you're right about this Suggs. Like, I'm comparing him to a Snow Beast, and this is actually a pretty huge upgrade, some +3s on this card. But that block shed is amazing. But like, how does he compare to his what was that one card? The Mud Hero.
Yeah.
I think his Mud Hero already had 95 block shed to begin with. So
94,
Suggs, all you're getting is speed increase.
Yeah, speed and power move, right? Wait, what did?
Speed, power move, and then secure tackler.
Yeah,
getting 3 things. But like, what's the difference between 94 block shed and 95?
1 out of 100 block sheds. Yeah.
Difference between 94 power move and 96. The only thing about this Suggs that's actually good, I guess, if you say he speeds up by 3, so he's a little bit quicker. And then I guess if you have the Ravens team training, he'll get 90 finesse move, which I still think is 90. It's not 91. So
yeah, I think the thing is he's a trait god too. He's got for every trait.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like if you're going to pick anybody, just don't pick somebody that's got a +2 overall increase. For those that are figuring which player you want, pick somebody that's going to get a huge upgrade. So like Zach Ertz, is a huge upgrade. It's still not a good card, but a Gilmore, huge upgrade, probably be a card I would pick up. Rivers is not really a huge upgrade, but because he's a 94 overall, so you can get by with that one. But if you want Conductor, this card exists. But with Suggs, I don't think you should pick him out of your Gauntlet pack because you can just buy the 93, which is basically the same card.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be. I don't know. So let us know what you guys picked, and if you regret the decision in the comments. All right. One thing you wanted to, you just said. Oh shoot! What did you just say? We were going to get to. We should get to that before I forget about it.
That's a good question. I be saying stuff and I don't be paying attention. We were talking about the.
I usually write these things down, but I forgot to write this down this time.
Oh, no, I don't think I mentioned attribute equality or ratings equality.
Oh, I got that one written down. But
yeah, what I just mentioned?
You just mentioned something. Who cares?
I did.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's not that important, obviously, because I forgot.
All right, let's do attribute equality. I want to hear what you have to say about this.
All right, so I was sitting here one day just thinking about some things, because when there's nothing in Madden, you start thinking about like ideas and you start like looking at cards, and I came to the conclusion that I don't know if I like how every rating from lineman to wide receiver, from defensive tackle to safety, is all the same, kind of like with animations and stuff like that. So a running back's juking is equivalent to a wide receiver with the same rating, and then that's also equivalent to a defensive back with the same rating. So I was thinking if it'd be kind of cool if EA kind of gave like ratings caps. So like over in 2K, a big man can only do certain things, and he maxes out on his dunk at 99, but then a sharpshooter can't get 99 dunk. So I was like, it'd be kind of cool if Madden took that philosophy where certain players can only be capped out at a certain rating, so that way it's not going to be the same, because it kind of can take away from other guys being good at that specific skill. So it's annoying when you see a tight end with like 90 run block, because that's better than some linemen, even though linemen are generally better run blockers than tight ends or receivers. So when I saw Juju Smith-Schuster with 79 run block, I'm like, that is ridiculous, because that's super high. That's better than some linemen that are like low-tier golds. And I was like, it'd be kind of cool if they actually just capped out certain ratings, so tight ends can only get to like 85 run block at max, and wide receivers can only get to like 75, stuff like that. So that way we don't actually see people kind of be stupid OP with all these ratings. It made sense in my head right at that moment, but I don't think I explained it well there.
No, I get what you're saying. I think your comparison to NBA is a little off, because that's like their build a player part, right? Like that's all you can build your player to. Whereas like in their main game mode, that's
your player. But in your main game mode, there's certain things players can't cap. Obviously, the superstar athletes like LeBron is great at everything. Kevin Durant is great at everything. But Steph Curry is not going to be out here dunking because he doesn't have doing dunk packages because he doesn't have 99 dunk. Like so whereas in Madden, if a guy had 99 pass blocking, he's pretty much like the best at that position.
Oh yeah, best ever.
Yeah,
I don't love it. I don't love the idea, just because I think what you want and what you're kind of getting at, kind of through a backwards way, is just ratings to be better, and like for like the wide receivers not to have such high run block. But the way you went about it, like because golden tickets are so well loved in this game, that I think capping out stats for like golden tickets, because I like seeing like unique stats and unique things on cards and testing them out and stuff like that. So capping it, I don't think would be very fun, in my opinion. I've always been for uncapped things. Like I like stats over 100 if they work. So I don't like the cap. I'll just say that because for those reasons. Yeah.
So I understand why, because capping, like you're limiting to what they can do with that player, and you're going back to minimal upgrades, and you can't have it both ways where you want to cap as well as ratings to improve drastically. It's just I feel like they don't start from a low enough base point. And I think if they had a cap, then they maybe will be forced to do that. So like nothing's more frustrating. I lost the game this week because Luke Kuechly couldn't block shit off Devin Hester. I'm like, he ran the ball to the left. I knew he ran the ball. Luke Kuechly got into a block of Devin Hester and lost. I'm like, because he has decent enough pass block to where he hooks my linebacker, whereas in real life, Kuechly or any linebacker going against a receiver who's just kind of a speed guy who's not even going to be out there in a situation to pass block is pass blocking. So I feel like because this year with the parity of the ratings and not having a cap, you're seeing a lot of things that don't make any sense. I see receivers in the NFL that literally don't run block at all because they're not strong enough to or care to, and they have like great run blocking out here.
Yep.
And I think that the cap would allow them to actually spend time and make stuff make sense. So like guys like Jalen Ramsey are more coveted. Like Jalen Ramsey, Dick Lane, guys that have that high block shed because they're amazing at that, who can exceed that cap, would end up being more valuable or more expensive because they offer something other players don't. Because right now, if you have the best run blocking receiver in the game, it's only going to cost you 30,000 coins. I don't think that's how it should be.
Yeah, I think when you said the point they should take more time on it, I think that's the whole thing. Like they need to balance their game around their ratings and the fact that I don't think the cap will help solve that, because obviously Hester wouldn't reach the run block cap anyways or get near it. It's just the mechanics of the game are kind of busted. So I like where your head's at. I just don't think that's the way that they need to go to balance their game better for linebackers versus wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably more so on the under coding side. I just thought that might be interesting to see. So that way, like with tight ends, guys like Gronk who are special, who can actually go like crazy good, be dope. But then receiving tight ends like Jordan Reed don't be out here in 80 pass block, 80 run block, because that's not really his game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I just want a retuning of the ratings as opposed to actually asking for them to cap certain things out. I just like when linemen are best at blocking. I don't want to see a tight end better run block than a tight end. I mean, than a left tackle or right tackle. It's just weird to me to see that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's 100% agree. That's just them on their shit again, I guess. Like we said earlier, but I don't know. I think we kind of we hit that. I don't have really much more to say about that except I prefer them just to do better with their ratings than to put a firm cap. But all right, so let's do anything you want to talk about with Team of the Year offense that just came out, even though we kind of hit on it last week. Anything more stick out to you?
They probably should stop giving us fullbacks as a part of Team of the Year offense because nobody likes fullbacks. People would have been more excited with the kicker this year.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
They got to stop giving us fullbacks, bro. Like, the fact that people played 3 hours with them solo challenges for an 83 overall Nat player than a fullback is stupid. Also, don't make me play for 2 Team of the Week collectibles, even though I don't need them.
Oh, yeah.
That should be separate. That should just be 2 solo challenges. Or maybe better yet, make those the last 2 and make the Team of the Year player the 9th solo game. So I'm gonna play 11 for something I don't even need.
True. I that's a good suggestion. Also, Texas is nailed it. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like that's why what we said at the top of the podcast about them doing these fantasy packs with the NAT options is what they should do going forward. So people we don't get stuck with the fullback selection or 2 quarterbacks. Like you could have NAT Brady and NAT Wentz, and they'd be like, what the hell am I gonna do with these 2 guys? They play the same and. Still whatever. All right. Yeah.
Or just really, I think we also mentioned rerolls last week too. Let's reroll something. So with the elite token, the gold token, silver token, like, we'll pay it. Just let us reroll it. But they're not trying to do that. They're not really, despite the fact they say they're user friendly, they're not really user friendly. A lot of things we suggest are user friendly, but they're like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Just takes a lot.
For what? For why?
Yeah, it takes a lot of extra effort. And you know how they hate hiring people and taking money out of their CEO's bank account for, I think, what it Lemon said it, the extra Ferrari for Andrew Wilson, their CEO. Yeah,
needs to be able to like go on that extra vacation and tip that waiter extra money.
Yeah,
you got to not take it out of his bank account.
Yeah, you wouldn't want him to have to drive a G3 instead of a G5 in his personal plane, right? Would you?
No,
you wouldn't
man.
want
Like G3, it kind of has bad suspension. Like you got to get that G5 right.
Yeah, exactly.
Smoother takeoffs.
Yeah, it's much better than having extra developers. All right, so what we got coming here in the next couple of weeks, like we talked about before the podcast, do you think a Pro Bowl promo is coming?
No, because no. I'm trying to think of what they could possibly do. I want to say yes because the Pro Bowl is actually going to be in Orlando, so it seems like they like to incorporate these athletes since they're going to be meeting a lot of these dudes. But we got one last year, but I think it was just Pro Bowl legends. And so I feel like because a lot of these guys are actually going to be kind of attending this event plus the Madden tournaments this week, we're not going to get one because they're going to be preoccupied with feeding their own egos by kind of going out here trying to be buddy-buddy with the athletes and be buddy-buddy with the competitive players. So they're not going to get one. But you may get some Pro Bowl legends, which is current players, because that's kind of what we get around this time of year.
Yeah, I can see that. You're going to be wait, we got one more thing, and then we'll talk about Texas being out there. You got the Super Bowl promo. What can we expect for that?
Well, last year we got like Super Bowl elites, right? So my guess is, again, it's going to be kind of like the playoff packs where you basically pull for. I wonder if Brady's going to see the fact that. We're another Brady. It's probably going to be what we got last year, where it's going to be collect these cards for something. That's pretty much been the entire like MO for all the promos this year. So I don't know what we're going to get for that, but hopefully we see some pretty nothing limited, obviously, just some sets. I want them to incorporate more core golds and core elites into this stuff.
Why golds though? Nobody uses golds.
Well, no, like Gold Patriot. I mean, they use it for tokens, obviously. I know something's gonna involve tokens. So, I mean, if you're gonna invest in some gold, it might be wise to invest in some of that. But I like when they do like positionals and stuff where it's already cards you already got in your binder because the prices go up. And so I don't really want them to drop another promo with bad packs so that I can pull an 80 overall elite and put into a set for a card that doesn't have any value. Rather than just like, hey, just collect these cards and then end up getting a 90-something overall player. That'd be kind of cool. I would like to see that, but that's probably not, we're not going to get that.
Yeah. Wait. Can you explain that again? You do want them to use your stuff in your binder or don't?
I want them to use the stuff that's in my binder already. I don't want them to I don't want them to put new packs out in the store.
Come on. They haven't done that.
Every pack. You're right. I know. I'm wishing that they would actually do something creative, as opposed to just going right to the well, which is charging us probably 50,000 coins for 2 80 overall elites that can be a 93 overall player from that playoff team, and then you put those cards to a set for a Super Bowl champion or Super Bowl captain and some stupid shit like that.
I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate the new thing because it brings value to packs that they're putting out, but I keep my binder pretty low, so I don't know. They basically followed the same system for promos all this year, and I thought the promos have been the strongest part of their entire game this year. So I'm hesitant to tell them to change it up.
That's interesting. I mean, the promos have been, I guess you could say, they've been the same. Like I like.
There's been minor twists on them. There's been some minor twists on them, but yeah.
No, I mean, they have. I mean, a lot of things they do to kind of make it better, but especially now they're incorporating a lot of the promo packs actually in Weekend League, but. As I forget that there's actually a promo going on because there's nothing really in packs to pull for.
No.
Like right now, if you get on and pull those playoff packs, you're going to pull 85 overall card that goes for less than the pack costs you by a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, every pack has been kind of like that this year, where it's just you go and spend this amount of coins and hopefully you get lucky. It's kind of it's just kind of been like stale to me with that. So the promos have been a little bit better, but I still think last year's playoff promo was much better than this year's.
Like. Okay, I can see what you're saying. Like, okay, so we've talked about value and pack versus excitement before. Like, what are the exciting packs we got this year? Like, you talk about you just kind of like go in and lose coins or whatever, but most packs are like that. Just because we keep pulling packs, until they aren't worth it anymore. The community does. But like the exciting packs this year, what would you say the most exciting pack was? The Cornucopia pack, even though It was a bunch of big L's.
That was a terrible pack. I mean, obviously, the Fire Fantasy pack is probably the most exciting pack we got this year if you bought that. But even like they drop packs with good value. Like it's just like I'm trying to think of an example because like even when they drop Legends Fantasy packs that were on sale. But I think the most exciting packs I pulled this year were level up packs. Those are the best packs we've got. Those actually guaranteed something that you can actually use. Plus, you got an elite pack which can contain something else, and they were really good value. So I think that's been the best pack we've got this year.
So about those level up packs, I know people said we don't like these level up packs because you're basically grinding to get to level 40 for the chance to pay $20 to EA for a legend player. You said you like them a lot. I see a lot of criticism in the community about them. Can you kind of bring that together? Like, do you think they'd just be a free full legend once you get to 40?
I mean, there should be a lot more free stuff. Like the fact that it's supposed to be exclusive packs, but they're exclusive to you to buy. There should be more free stuff that's incorporated with leveling up, especially since that's the main portion of like what they want you to do in MUT. And maybe we'll see more stuff like that, but they should also incorporate more solo challenges, more exclusive sets in the game that you can do for like reduce. Like again, they should do if you get level 40, there's a motivator set in the game that you can do for instead of 4 tokens too. They can do stuff to reduce the cost of certain things, but they just don't do that. So I would like to see them expand on it, but right now it's like the inception of it, and they're kind of they're limiting themselves by what you can do on it right now. And so there should be more free stuff. Like there should be, this pack is not just reduced, it's free. Buy it. It could be Nat. It could be like, it's a free Nat legend. You can keep they can do a lot of stuff. They just want money out of those packs right now. They want you to play the game to pay more money. It does kind of how that works.
It does feel weird. Like they add this level system that everybody was kind of hyped for, and it's more that Pokemon stuff, and that people criticized EA for just with the red cams, like kind of like RPG elements that I actually kind of like. It feels like they added these levels and they were gonna do more with it. Then they just like ran out of time. They just kind of forgot about it. The community went to an upgrade asking for more levels. So then they tacked on a few more levels a little bit later. But like they've only updated it twice, and it just feels kind of like it had. How do I want to say this? Like in a big company, you have these great ideas and you push it out, and then like, all right, we're on to the next thing. Like there wasn't the follow up. Same thing with like Draft Champions. It got pushed out. All right, we're on to the next thing. Like, what's the next cool thing? Like people want to work on new projects because you make your name out there by putting out new stuff and new things. Whereas like maintaining old folders, files, systems, whatever doesn't really, I don't know, excite the pants, I guess would for some stupid reason I said that. So I don't know. It feels like it was just kind of like it was a great idea, but then it's kind of like, all right, there you go, guys. You're there.
I'm gonna have to make a video. I got a video going out probably next week about how they can make power ups better. I gotta do one for level up. 'Cause I just thought about when you were talking about that. FIFA has level up obviously over there. When you play the game, you start like you can use these tokens you got to like level up and buy stuff. You can buy kits in FIFA for just leveling up.
Nice.
Imagine buying some uniforms. I mean, EA is obviously with the NFL. The NFL is actually kind of stupid when it comes to what you call it with like licensing. But imagine like you're at level 15. Here's a free uniform for a team you like. And it could just be like some alternate uniform that you are going to use because they don't have any chemistry on it. But it'd be kind of cool to get like stuff like that. But they just it's like you said. They get the what's up?
That's literally what they have in the game now, though.
No, they don't have that though in the game.
They have the uniforms for level solos.
No, that level up solos. I'm talking about like you gotta play solos for them. I'm talking about something that you don't gotta actually. There's something different.
Okay.
Something that is a little bit more crisp. I mean, obviously, that is you gotta get to a certain level to get those free things. You gotta play solos for them. So you're kind of right about that. But they can also do players. They can also say, hey yo, try level up and get a 94 overall Brian Dawkings for 4 games. Stuff like that, but no. Why?
No. I like that. 94 Dawkins for that. Like that'd be kind of cool. But I don't know. It's tough because you got to balance it. Because like I'm trying to think of like how other more successful games like World of Warcraft does their level system and like the stuff you get. Like you just get more like powerful abilities. But how do you work that into MUT? It's just kind of like They just got to reward you. And like a 94 Dawkins would be a really cool reward for max level. It's kind of like what we have with LT, right? Don't we have LT for that?
Yeah, LT. I think Warren Sapp a while ago, stuff like that. They can do some other gimmicky stuff. They can say add an extra ability to your card for 10 games, so you can add like Playmaker to your Energizer receiver for 10 games to try. They can get creative with it, but I just feel like either they're one, not creative, two, don't care, three, indifferent about it. And so,
hey,
a little bit different.
Talking about that,
don't care, two different things. Yeah.
That's a really good idea. Adding stuff to cards. I think that like when we talk about the RPG and the World of Warcraft stuff, like what you just said there, add it for 10 games. Like have like loot drops after each game, like items that you can like customize your squad with. With like after a game, not only you get like 1,000 coins, but you also get like you know how bosses in World of Warcraft drop items. So you can get like a drop, and like you get from like basic to legendary drops, and like a legendary drop would be like you can add a Playmaker chem to a card or something like that, or like you could put on these shoes to this one character, this one receiver, and then you can always remove the shoes later, and then they get Playmaker with those shoes because they can cut faster or something. So I think if they want to get more crazy, they can do like speed and make it actually balance. It'd be +1 speed to skill positions, +4 to offensive linemen. I like that.
So if you want to run a lot of counter plays, you can get your lineman that has like 70 speed to 74, see if he makes a difference and actually get out there. Or if you have a cheap kicker, hey, here's a +1 kick power. Like they can do a lot of things for just leveling up.
Yeah, for like position coaches or something. Hey, give me a second. I'm taking a phone call. Can you talk about your travel plans here?
Yes, I can. So GutFoxx takes his phone call. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys I'm going to be in Orlando this week. So podcast is going to go up the same time as usual. I'm going to schedule it. So it'll be up on Thursday. If you guys have any questions that you want us to be asked on the podcast, just go ahead and post down in the conversation below. I think we actually have a mailbag that we have an email for that we haven't even discussed. But we'll put that down in the description below whenever GutFoxx gets back to let know what it actually is. But yeah, I'm going to be in Orlando with Vic. I believe Scomo's going to be there. It seems like every YouTuber showing up to this event in Orlando this upcoming week. So we got an Airbnb. We're going to be out there for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We leave Sunday. So what, that 5 days? Is that 5 days?
That's
5 days.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go to the Pro Bowl experience, try to sneak into the actual event without having to, and then try to get on the field and get some autographs, take the pictures, vlog, maybe check out the Madden tournament, see what's going on with that if we actually are interested in it. I think the main thing is that everybody wants to go to SeaWorld. No, I mean Disney World. Is Disney World down there or is it?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, Disney World.
I think that is, yeah.
And Universal. So we can probably go check that stuff out and just see what the town. I think Wheels already stays out.
Harry Potter Land or whatever.
Harry, yeah, probably. I'm not doing that. I'm not 7 no more. I'm good. I don't need to hear orchestra playing and watching bad acting on a movie that's not even that good.
Oh,
sorry,
wow.
Harry Potter fan. It's not that good.
Yeah.
I think Wills is out there already. I think Kay's out there too. So and repping the 407. So we're gonna try to hit up with those guys, see what's up. I want to do speed dating because I just want to see how that goes. So if they got any speed dating out there, we're gonna have some fun. But if you guys live in Orlando, man, hit us up. Our Twitters or DMs are open, so if you guys want to go get a drink or some cool spots to eat or hang, let us know because we're going to be out there for 5 days.
Yeah, you should go if Sav makes it to like the main stage. You guys should all go cheer him on there in that tournament. Just cause a ruckus in the competitive.
If it's on Sunday, we're leaving Sunday at 6 in the morning. So we can say what's up. So we'll definitely say hi to him. But that was the only flight that was out. Plus our checkouts that same day. So we're like, we'll just leave that day too. So. But I mean, I'm telling Sal, I want to hit him up with this. Hopefully, he actually stays the entire weekend, so we can actually chop some shop. I think he's actually like 18, so he can actually go out with us.
Oh well, you guys just got to go to those strip clubs with no alcohol in them.
Strip clubs where it's 18 to dip, 21 to sip.
Yeah, where they got their liquor license revoked or something,
Yeah. I think all strip clubs don't have that because I think if you serve liquor, you can't show it all.
Oh, really?
Them's the rules.
I think it's state by state. I'm not sure if Florida.
Is it state by state? I know up here, if you serve alcohol, it's only topless, but if you don't serve alcohol, it's everything.
Whoa!
It's the holy grail.
Isn't like okay? We should probably wrap up the podcast. But isn't dancing naked a form of speech? Isn't that like one of the reasons they could stay open? Like you could probably get a good constitutional lawyer there to keep your alcohol served and go fully nude.
No, I think the reason, I think it would be that, but I think when there's alcohol being served there, people do dumb things while they're inebriated, and they have a bottle and there's a hole, and so I think they just end up doing things they probably shouldn't do. And so I think that's the reason why.
They stick the bottle into holes?
Is that yes, they stick the bottles where things aren't supposed to be stuck at.
This is definitely.
So I think that's the reason why.
Yeah. Sorry to get demonetized on your channel this week, Tex.
Yeah, that's all good, bro. I try to monetize these things anyway because people get mad about the ads that run through these, and I can't control that. I turn them all off, and they still play them because YouTube's greedy.
Really?
I remember that one. I turned everything off. I'm still getting ads. I'm sorry, bro. I turned them all off. I don't know what you want me to do.
That's kind of weird.
Demonetize this, bro. Demonetize it so that way we don't actually not gonna worry about that. Nobody getting mad at me no more.
That sucks.
Yeah, well, hope you guys enjoyed the episode 96. A lot of good stuff in here, man. Just us two this week. Well, we'll try to get a guest on next week. Hopefully, it's Clint. If not,
don't promise. Oh, you're gonna kidnap Clint. That's right. All right, yeah. Tex is kidnapping Clint, so expect Clint next week.
Yeah. Expect them on the podcast. So we'll make it happen with Clickwood as well. Appreciate it, Fox, and hopefully I have some stories from Orlando on your channel next week.
I can't wait for it. And I want to see your vlogs on your channel. Can't wait for them.
I gotta actually start vlogging. I have a camera somewhere.
Do it. I want to see them.
That'll happen. All right, it'll happen. Thank you, guys.
All right, see you, Tex.